Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but...
Tries a shot! Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. Parry without this. So the most significant moment of the game. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
So, a breakthrough already. Rice. Good, strong midfield running here. Great vision. Chance! Finish! 2-0 and in next to no time. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Namdin are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
And yes, it's him again. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And here's Yamal. Rice. That's a cute ball. Turan receives it in a good position here. Oh, shooting chance! Relentless! Just relentless! And they're threatening to fly away here. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
There was a distinct lack of pressure there, Peter. It was a good finish, but it was made easy. That's poor defence.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Namdin find a position of real strength now.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Chouameni. And it's Valverde. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, important interception.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Soboslai providing an outlet on that flank. Paris Saint-Germain already looking up at the vast mountain they've been left to climb. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Nuno Mendes. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Nuno Mendes.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Paris Saint-Germain are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
It's played through for him. He's shifting. Great chance! And the keeper has done enough. Top stop.
Mandin certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And it's been taken short. That has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Van Dijk cuts out the pass. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Paris Saint-Germain have it back and can go again. Van Dijk clears it away. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Adeyemi. Thuram is herring after that one. Mbappe. And it's Wirtz. Now it's Solot. And he's only too happy to take that back. Good ball, good take.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And Jamal. Wirtz. And it's Tchouaméni. And Mendes. And it's Van Dijk. Valverde. Jamal tries to cross. And straight back out. And here's Wirtz. Wirtz will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's going wide left. Oh, good line! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now that looks a decent ball. Valverde. Played into space. James promptly onto that, and that is that.
There will be
It's
a
a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Valverde. Tchouaméni. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Oh, this looks sharp. And a chance! And that's in! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give...
That's the end of the first 45. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
A quick reminder today that smoking is only allowed in areas shown on this map. Thank you for your cooperation.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. It's their second corner of the game. Yamal is there, and he can get that clear. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. Sorlot. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
James. Now, can they get him away? Traumeri. Brilliantly cut out. Kubel gets it away. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pulls out once more. Gabriel gets across to intercept that. Hakimi. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Thuram absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And it's Wirtz. Wirtz currently being consciously targeted. Shot a goal! And that's a tidy finish. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Substitution on the field. Number 5.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Paris Saint-Germain now just needing one.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Number 41. Rice. Coming on the field.
Paris Saint-Germain still have the cards to affect this game.
Number 21. Mbappe.
Palmer making good progress.
Number 20. Palmer.
Namdin appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Can he get on the end of this? He has found the way through. Swings it across. Great defending. Strong chance for a shot! Deftly away. James. Musiala. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And he is going into that little black book.
Substitution in progress.
Musiala. Paris Saint-Germain have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Gently done. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Paris Saint-Germain really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Aimed beyond the defence. Decent chance! Oh, good finish! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. So smooth. A signature finish.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
So the lead now is 2.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Crossed into the box. And it's Brandt. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's found a way through. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Gabriel does really well to win the ball there. Looking to play him in.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
James.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Now it's Palmer. He's picked his way through. Now that's a fine challenge. Dembele. Oh, no question, that's a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And that will be it. Paris Saint-Germain were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Just a quick announcement.
One-sided and only one winner, Peter.
CCTV
The players
is now
didn't
in
show enough
operation for your
togetherness,
safety.
and it was weak throughout.
My thanks to Jim. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. good-looking ball. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. It's a searching pass. And that's an errant pass. Ball is over the line. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's shifting through the gears here. Van Dijk deals with that comfortably.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Mbappe. Aims beyond the defence. And he's straight offside. Taken back almost at once.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Cross to the back post. Now it's Thuram. Now it's Guirassy. Now, what about a counter-attack? That's a throw. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Paris Saint-Germain ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And that has been knocked clear. And it's hoisted clear. Thuram! He scored! Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Van Dijk. It's a pretty loose pass. Mbappe. Can he finish? Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Adeyemi clears it away. That's a decent clearance. Now, can they get him away? And he's quick to get rid. Not the most accurate pass. Adeyemi. He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And it's Tchouaméni. Van de Ven. That's really well manoeuvred. somewhat off target.
Namdin have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Takes a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Header! No, just not quite.
Sorlot is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Hakimi. Chouameni. Nicely aimed pass. Pitches it off him. And that is out of play. Nuno Mendes. Chouameni. So threatening. And the shots!
Guirassy really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Wirtz. No, again there's no way through. And it's Chouameni. Now it's Guirassy. He's through here. Van der Ven kept aware. And the whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Paris Saint-Germain go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second.
Substitution on the field, number 7, turn. Coming on the field is number 21.
So the action resumes.
Mbappe.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And here's Sorlot. Shoots! Oh, that was no routine save.
Sorlot is offering a right smile there.
So, third corner of the game. Oh, he's had a shot! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. James. That is lovely. And he's had it nicked away. Now that looks a decent... Can he finish? And there's a goal. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
Paris Saint-Germain restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident.
Namdin really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
The pressing's intense and it's paid off. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Yamal. And it's Valverde. Nicely weighted ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
He's only too happy to take that back. Ramsdale. Yamal under intense pressure.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
And he stands tall, impenetrable. And the shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Substitution on the field, number 11.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Paris Saint-Germain with the lead.
27.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
18.
Dembele. That's a throw.
10, Brad. Number 20, Palmer. Number 87, Joe Neves. Substitution.
And it's hoisted clear. Played into space. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
It's their second corner of the game.
Substitutions taking place.
Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Paris Saint-Germain perhaps contemplating their next change here. Paris Saint-Germain have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And he's managed to get rid. And smartly reclaimed.
Paris Saint-Germain surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Namdin are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, and certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
That's going across goal. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Now it's Mbappe.
This is the time you need that pace.
Chips it through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Namdin really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Substitution in progress.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Now it's Mbappe. I think we're just about done here. He's beaten the last shot, surely!
Added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
There will be 4 extra minutes. Van Dijk clears. He's had it taken off him. Mendes wins the duel this time. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Dembele. And there goes the final whistle. So the winners, bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Mbappe picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Members who are celebrating their birthdays
Thoughts
today.
on what we've just seen?
Well, I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed with what we've just witnessed. As soon as they got their goal, you felt they were always going to go on and find a winner, and they did just that.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the
Hello,
promise
everybody,
of a
and
match that
welcome
will
to
really
today's
get the
match.
juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go. Namdin have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
I think it gets a terrible raw deal these days. It's deemed old-fashioned, outdated, but in truth, with the right personnel, it works just as well as any other system or formation. Success can still be had with it, and teams are still winning big trophies with exactly this setup.
Now he's got space here. Pass somewhat off target. Nicely aimed pass. It's run loose here. Goal kick. No, I stand corrected, it's a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Soboslai plays it short. Tries to cross. And he thumps it clear. It'll be a throw-in. Rice. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age when starting his career in France. I see a lot of bravery and courage, and I think they're words you associate with somebody who is very good in both boxes.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
It's just beyond his reach. Vitz. Now it's Yamal. And he's quick to get rid. And he's there to clear it. They're back in possession and ready to go again.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Chance here to counter. And here's Mbappe. That is good strength. Showing good feet. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. Punched away. Szoboszlai.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, no question, that's a foul. And it's Chouameni. Takes aim and crosses. And he's heaved it away. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Backward it goes. Thuram. Oh, they can break here. Chouameni. And it's Vitz. Mbappe. No foul, says the referee. Well, that looks a decent ball. He's picked his way through. Thuram! That was superb goalkeeping.
Thuram actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 2 then. That's a decent clearance. Engages and forces him off the ball. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning.
And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? That's put paid to the danger. Wirtz looking for a run-up. Neatly clipped into space. And the keeper takes decisive action. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Keeper's got good distance on that. Chouameni. Yamal. And there's a searching pass. Mbappe is flagged offside. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Chooses to go cross-field. Goes forward. That is good alertness. That's a sharp pass. And he was quick to react. Quality ball. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the finish! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 3 coming up. And he's there to get it away. Aims beyond the defence. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Adeyemi, and that is a little undercooked. And now they can clear their lines. Namdin have got it back, and they'll have another go. Now it's Girassi, and it's Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai tries across, but that is good defending. It's been repelled. And the referee has blown for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. So we're off again.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Van de Ven. Now Saliba. They've won a corner. Namdin get their 4th corner. Mendes clears it away. Chouameni. And it's made its way to him. Van de Ven defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Can he get it through? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And it's Wirtz. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
No luck with that dink over the top. Namdin are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Konate does well to get it back. They've played it short. And here's Yamal. Yamal's cross. And it's hoisted clear. Namdin have the chance to go the other way. Oh, can he get onto this? No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. That has not gone well. Well, it's more pressure than ball at the moment. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Substitution on the field. Number 22.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. There's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting, we'll see how it develops.
Number 20, Palmer. Number 29,
Mbappe proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Dembele was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Looking for the run. Dembele. Now it's Mbappe.
There they go, hunting again.
Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Chouameni. Nicely weighted ball. Good take, and is he in? And he shoots! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Look, a little variation can't hurt here because they've got no previous.
Haaland! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Paris Saint-Germain do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Konate, Girassi might just make this. Saliba is there to clear.
Namdin have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's found space here. Oh, it's come loose.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, he's having a go! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Substitution on the field. Number
Oh, the count is
41,
rising. That's 6.
Rice. Number 14, Chouameni. Coming on the field, number 87, John Evans.
Tries to get it clear.
Number 8, Felix Mecha. Substitution.
And he can thump it away.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Conte. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Mendes wins the duel this time. Nemecha deals with that comfortably. Hakimi can clear it away. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Now this could be a chance. Forced to go back. Haaland. Time added on 4 minutes. Bruno Fernandes.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. So 90 minutes have come and gone. It's going to be extra time. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection of what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next.
Substitution on the field, number 11.
90 minutes gone and nothing between them still.
Number 21, Mbappe. Substitutions taking place.
And he's quick to snatch it back. João Neves. Now it's Haaland. Can he finish? He lifts the roof! A breakthrough! So late in the day! And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
You felt it was coming, 1-0. Vinicius Junior.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Alexander-Arnold. Oh, it's Dembele. And he's whipped it. He leaps for it! And that's a tidy finish. That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
A lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams...
And a header! He will be livid with himself. Oh, some tackle that. Vinicius Junior unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Just eases him off the ball. So what can they make of this? Nicely spread. Vinicius Junior. No, didn't quite have the weight on it. Now it's Mbappe. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Chouameni has been sent off, just to confirm that, of course, that was his... Gets his head on it! Well, and with that, it is half-time, extra time.
Making their way home on public transportation
Goals
today,
on both sides then, and a lot of tired limbs out there. We are down to the last chance for someone to try and win this. Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? They have given it everything. It's been gruelling. But who will be standing at the very end? Van de Ven. Alexander-Arnold. Dembele. Dembele will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Muscular approach does pay off here. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. And he has shown him a yellow card. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Bruno Fernandes is eyeing up his options in the middle. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. And that has been cleared. Good chance here! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Alexander-Arnold fully appreciates that. He could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
That is a brilliant interception. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Desperate defending required here. He's rising! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Opts for safety. That's a throw. And he can clear it away. It's Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Palmer did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process.
Well, the referee had given him a chance, and now he has to show him yellow. He has to.
And the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Vinicius Junior clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
Alexander-Arnold, who's
There
short.
will be 1 minute added time.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Good running, strong and purposeful. Now it's Haaland. João Neves is onto this. Decent chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And that has been knocked clear. That's it, there is no more. It is going to penalties. So we've done it, we've been there, we've gone the full 12 rounds.
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show.
Just a quick reminder today.
Watching both
please
teams
refrain
refusing
from
to
parking
lose. I mean,
outside
they
this
both ran
stadium
their socks off.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
A brief rest, and then it will be time to refocus. I think we're just about ready. Mbappe to get things going.